Yeah.
All right, guys, what's going on? We're here. We're live. Welcome to a brand new podcast. My name's Joe Ingram. I know we're going to have a lot of new people out there that never watched my podcast for the first time. Normally, I do poker podcast, and my friend Anna Khait has been a guest on that before. But today, we're just going to be focusing on her debut on Survivor last night, the first episode premiere. I'm out here in New Jersey. We're hanging out. We went to the
coming out, by the way.
I mean, this is like how often.
This is what good friends do. They come out and they support.
Well, I mean, how often does somebody, like when I first met you a couple years ago, you like told me I'm going to be on Survivor one day. I want to be on Survivor. And I was like, I mean, that's like, it seems hard to get on there, but you're like a,
I remember saying that I would get on it. Like, I always said that I always want to play the game.
Like you told me you'd get on there too. Well, you're like studying tapes in hotel rooms. You're making tape. You're making your videos.
Yeah. I had to make an audition tape, but I have like high school friends and junior high school friends that hit me up and they're like, "Oh my God, you're on the show. I remember like 10 years ago, like you all you talked about was Russell Hantz. You always talked about Survivor. I got all my friends into Survivor. I was dating a guy at the time, like, you got to watch a show. And he was like, "Okay, fine. You're crazy. I'll watch it." And he watched it and he's like, "Damn." And then people got hooked. And
all right, slow down. Take a breath.
Okay.
Anna talks fast, guys. Anna talks fast. So what I was saying.
Thank you for telling me that. Funny story. Actually, not a lot of people know this. So people say this all the time. I have to slow myself down. Okay. Not a lot of people know the story. You actually don't even know this. Something happened in junior high school where I started stuttering. And I stuttered for about like a year and a half. And I remember trying to get myself out of it. And the way that I got out of it to not stutter was I talk fast. I would like run through a sentence. What are you doing? Where are you going right now? I don't know what's happening right now. I stuttered really bad. And I remember Ken was like, "Oh, you have like some problems in your head." I'm like, "No, I'm normal." So anyway, I started talking a lot faster. So I have to remind myself, even when I'm nervous, especially.
Are you nervous right now?
I am nervous right now.
I mean, so
I get nervous.
We're gonna have, so a lot of the Survivor fans.
I'm like on Survivor.
A lot of the Survivor fans from Reddit Survivor Sucks, a bunch of other sites, they're gonna be watching this for the first time. They don't really know much about you except what appeared on the show. So basically, what this is gonna be, it's gonna be probably a weekly podcast. I'm gonna do this, and I'll be having on Anna. I'll have on Michelle, who's also on the show. What do you say? Maybe we might get Darnell on.
I already spoke to Darnell even out there. I'm like, "My friend has a podcast. We should do it." He's like, "Yeah, I'm so down." And Darnell is who was out last night, but he's one of the funniest people.
Spoiler. We're gonna talk about the episode. We'll talk about your spoiler if you haven't watched the show. Well, I mean, it's okay. It's
you have to have him on. He needs to have a show, and my God, you would be so funny together. I would love to watch it. I think that
I love it. And we're also going to have.
Thank you for reminding me to slow down and stop talking so fast. So I'm sorry for those that I talk really fast, and I had like almost an awkward like interview video that I had for Survivor. I was talking so fast, but I was so nervous. It was like the first one.
You're nervous now too.
I am nervous now.
You might need to drink more. I might need to get your sister over here.
My sister's here. So my sister came out to the premiere last night. She's surprised. She's running in the bathroom and hiding herself. But come out, Yelena. Thank you. Yeah, I'm just kidding. No. So anyway, my sister. I have one sister. I love her to death. She lives in Washington State. And come here. She flew out and she was there for me on an important night, and we surprised our parents. I didn't tell them. I told them, "I have a surprise for you." And then my mom, my dad were hysterically crying because it was amazing to have her there. And I love you.
This is my life right now, boys.
The best sister ever. And she used to be a bartender, and she's a physician's assistant, has her own little jewelry business. I'm very proud of her. I love her to death. So
this is Anna's sister,
guys. It's amazing to have support and have my baby here.
Two amazing people.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Let me run through the intro right now. All right. So guys,
Wait, can we get some more alcohol? Yeah.
We are live streaming this. Any comments you guys have in the chat? I see a lot of regulars already in the chat. Talking fast is GTO's social strategy. Do you think do you think that's actually true? Do you think? Because you weren't talking this fast like 20 minutes ago.
I wasn't, because we were not on camera, and I'm not nervous with you. I get nervous when there's a camera in my face. I've always been like that.
But why?
Which is funny because I was on Survivor,
but we're talking right now, so it's not like you gotta.
No, I don't know. I
can't believe, honestly, like I would never think you would get nervous out of all the people I know. Because you're like a Russian spy. You're like really smooth. You got like the nudges and the winks and like the
leg taps,
the subtle leg tap. Listen, so like a year and a half ago, I was with Anna in Atlantic City and my friend Ebony, and Anna basically taught me ways to talk to women, talk to people in general. Like you put like a subtle touch on their shoulder, and you're like, and you give them like a wink and stuff like that. When a
girl's into you, she's like, and you know, they'll do the tap and stuff. But I'm also very touchy-feely, so with everyone. And sorry, Joe, but not you, my boyfriend, but like, whatever.
Shout out to your boyfriend who's upstairs, Joey. We're at Joey's house right now. Shout out to Joey.
Yeah.
He's on the grind right now. All right, so let's talk about the season. Obviously, first episode premiered last night. We all watched it together. Michelle's family was there. Yes. Shout out to Michelle.
Shout out to Michelle.
Your family was there. Dan, the Survivor, the Survivor Beast, he was on Survivor two seasons ago. He's awesome. We're probably gonna get him on the podcast as well
Eddie and Dan, yes, huge supporters. So it was awesome so me and Michelle threw a premiere party last night in Freehold, New Jersey, and it was amazing to have our friends and family, and it was nice to have people that have went through it and were able to just be like, all right, come to the side and just enjoy every moment. Mm-hmm. Don't be nervous, and just it flies by really fast.
I gotta say something about Dan.
Yes. What?
So when you watch Survivor and you saw Dan on there, he's got the must, he's got the facial hair. I thought he came off pretty aggressive, right? He was like aggressive with people sort of on the season. I think he had a couple, mm-hmm. Got emotional a couple times, but I liked him, his character. And when I met him, I was like, this guy's fucking awesome, dude. He's got so much like charisma.
Yeah, he's really
got a lot
nice.
of swag.
He's a sweethearted person.
I feel like
he was really sweet when I met him last night. So we actually flew out. It was season 30 that he was on. We actually flew out and started filming last March. So his show was on air for about 3 episodes, and then we flew out. And then I came back, and we needed I never miss an episode in Survivor. I was like, okay, I need a break just for a minute. Yeah. It's crazy. And so there's 3 or 4 episodes I didn't watch, and I heard that, whatever he did, and I don't know, I haven't watched it, so I don't know. I loved Dan when I watched it. So you add no sleep and hungry and getting mosquito bites everywhere, and you're exhausted. Sometimes you say things that are stupid or not. So like me, I said stupid stuff, but yeah. Or not. I don't know.
I guess let's get into
I'm tough on myself.
You're very tough on yourself. You're very tough on yourself. So first episode, the introduction to you was you talking about your boobs. You're like, all right, if I need to, I'm gonna push up my boobs.
My jaw.
What'd you think about that as the first line they showed from you on the episode?
Honestly, I was nervous when I saw that, because I was like, out of all the things we talked about in poker, you put that, like, it was kind of funny, but I remember they were asking me, they were like, so do you use your looks in poker to your advantage? And I was like, not really. When I first started playing, if there were guys that would show me their cards if I had a long enough conversation. So I was like, if you look at my boob, I'm going to pick it up a little bit, maybe they'll show me so literally it helped in the beginning, but I don't know, now when you go deeper in a tournament, obviously, it's not as important.
Yeah, but for a lot of Survivor people, it says that you're a pro poker player on the show, but so you've been playing poker. Now, how long have you been playing poker? Like three?
No, I've been playing poker. I started playing when I was like 17, so like 10 years.
But not like professionally.
But not professionally. Yeah. I still don't even consider myself a professional, even though I play pretty much full time. But I would say really seriously, honestly, I thought I was playing really seriously the past 6 years, because I was like reading all these books. I'm like, I'm really into it. And then I met my boyfriend, and my boyfriend was like, you are such a fish. You need to work on your game. And I was like, oh, wake up call. I thought I was playing really well. And it was the first time I ever met someone that I can talk strategy with, because no one that I grew up with played poker, understood poker, liked poker.
Well, a lot of people out there that watch Survivor don't understand poker either, so they're not going to know what you're talking about right now.
So for the Survivor fans, it's going to be a little weird to talk about this, but no one understood. So my friends thought I was crazy. Like, why don't I see who plays poker? I'm like, you guys got to play this game. It's so much fun. It's such a strategy game, which is why actually for 10 years or whatnot, I was always obsessed with poker and Survivor. And I realized I love both of them because they're very similar. There's mind games, there's like beginning game, middle game, end game. And so everyone that ever knows me knows I've been talking about poker and Survivor for a long time. But I think really serious and really, really, really working on a game about 1.5 years, 2 years. But yeah.
2 years.
Yeah. So this is why I'm nervous, because the poker community is watching, and I'm like,
who cares?
I don't know, I'm nervous.
What are they gonna say, man? What do you think they're gonna say about you? What? They're gonna be like, Anna Khait, she's beautiful. She's cool.
Judging, like, I don't know.
She talks real fucking fast, but she's
talks
cool.
Super
like
fast.
she's sweet.
I have no idea what she's saying.
Listen, okay, so for those I got a lot of people that don't know Nat. Anna's like literally one of like the sweetest people I've ever met in my life. She's really sweet. She's charming. She's she's very caring. I don't know. She does this thing where she looks at you and she can tell she really cares. And I'm like, oh, she does that, man. I've been trying to do that when I talk with my girlfriend, but I'm getting better at it. But it's working. But And that's why I want to have you.
That's why I want
to have you on the podcast, because I know a lot of people out there in Survivor, like they're only going to know you from, what they see on screen, what they see on your Twitter. Yeah. And I want them to give a chance to get to know about you. So right now they know that you like to talk real fast.
I do talk fast, and
you're also strategic. But you're also strategic, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, a lot of poker experience, so you've been thinking about Survivor strategy for a long time. All right, let's talk about your tribe.
Sure. Oh, so yes, let's talk about our tribe.
The Beauty Tribe.
Yeah.
So obviously, for those who haven't seen it, you can watch it on CBS.com. If you can't watch it on CBS, just Google Project Free TV Survivor Season 32, and you'll find episode 1. I don't know if CBS is that against CBS.
No,
can I say that? Well, a lot of people live in the country, though.
Sorry. You can watch all the episodes for free on CBS.com.
If you live in the United States. I have a lot of non-USA people that watch the pod.
Okay, so I don't know. That's a really good question. I have no idea.
Google Project Free TV Survivor Season 32, and
cool. My good friends are in Australia. Hi, Megan. Hi, Rocha. So now they know they can watch it there.
What part is Megan living in?
They're traveling all over the place. They're doing like a whole tour. Ooh. I love you guys. I miss you.
If you guys go to Sydney,
I really wanted to come last night.
If they go to Sydney, they're probably going to Bondi Beach. Make sure you guys go to Bondi Beach, please.
Bondi Beach.
Even though it's
I can't wait to go to Australia. I can't wait to have enough money to go play in the Aussie.
Well, maybe you'll have it if you win this season.
Maybe if I win.
All right, let's talk about your tribe. So Beauty Tribe. Obviously, it looked like the girls sort of hit it off really fast. You, Michelle, and Julia. You guys had like a little bond right there. And then you got Ty, the little Asian man who's in really good shape. He's got nice traps.
Yeah, he's
fucking
adorable.
Ripped. He's got the aftermarket teeth going on there. He's got the glasses. He loves trees. He loves animals. You got the guy Caleb, who's on Big Brother. Seems pretty cool. Army guy. I liked him. You got the tall guy Nick. I mean, he's ripped as fuck, but it seems like he's in good shape, man. I was like, man, that guy's in good shape. You see, I don't know if he necessarily came across as well.
Yeah, so what do you want to know exactly?
Tell us about the tribe. So I mean, obviously I'd like to know after the fact, but then might give things away. So first impressions, just go from there.
First impressions. Oh, okay, this is good. First impressions, we're sitting on the boat. So first of all, being a big fan of the show, I was nervous, and I was hoping that it was authentic as it was on TV, as it is out there, and it is 100% authentic. They do not give you anything free. They don't give you any kind of little things on the side. It is what it is. It's raw. It's out there, and what you have is what you have. So talking about that, we weren't allowed to talk to each other because we saw each other a few times, during casting, and we can't talk to each other, and we're trying to feeling each other out and getting kind of reads on people. What are they reading? What are they wearing? What is he? Is she reading a People magazine? Is she reading a biology book? Is she reading, poker magazine or something? So anyway, so the game kind of starts before you go out there, but we can actually start talking to each other once there's cameras in our face. So first impressions before the cameras on our face was, okay, the Asian guy,
Ty.
I actually liked him right away because walking around, he was always very smiley and he was very warm. So I liked him right away. Nick, I kept calling him Superman. I'm like, Superman, he's so cute, I'm like, and then I'll go to the girls and I'll tell you who I wanted to work with. So then Michelle, the blondie, I thought adorable. She looks like a Southern belle. I'm like, I really wanted, Julia, sorry.
Julia.
Thank you, sorry. So
is she 18? Is she 18-year-old girl?
She's 18. She was 18 on the show, and she told me, she's the youngest person I ever played. Well, one of the youngest people I ever played. And so she would look like a Southern belle. Julia looked like a Southern belle. I'm like, I really want to work with her. Are you reading the chat at the same time?
Listen, Umbrian said a funny comment. She said, Ty, shout out to Umbrian713, definitely a Survivor fan. She says, Ty says he likes plants, but yet he destroys them for an idol. That just seems contradictory to all the shit he was preaching on the episode.
Ty also should know that they usually hide it in a really cool
way. I gotta say, so Ty, he said, what is Ty said? He's a man. He's got a boyfriend. He lives in San Francisco. Yes. I gotta say, Ty's probably getting it in. He's probably having some adventures in San Francisco in the homosexual scene out there, man. That's a homosexual hub of the world.
He has a baby.
He's
Mark.
I bet Mark. He seems like he probably does well out there, man.
Yeah,
he's like out there.
Ty, the person that comes out on camera is exactly the person that he is. And actually, most people don't really who you are on camera is really, they're with you all day long. Mm-hmm. So anyway, Ty, cool. I love Ty. I fell in love with him instantly. So many funny things, and I can't wait. There are going to be some parts in the future episodes.
Well, CBS is going to shut this down, please.
So anyway, there's going to be funny things that we're going to talk about. But loved him off the bat. So who I wanted to work with off the bat was Ty, Nick, and Julia. For some reason, Michelle never really smiled, and I was just like, I don't know.
There was times last night at the party she got
no.
She didn't smile.
Yeah, but What?
She smiled a lot, but there was times she was like
a sweetheart.
walking around
right.
angry.
So what happens in pregame when you're not allowed to talk and make eye contact, like some people smile, some people are like, walk around serious. And so like I would smile here and there, and like I don't want to smile too much because I don't want to look like I'm trying too hard. In terms of like having them like me so they can align with me, if you smile at every single person there, they're like, oh, this girl's playing the game. So she's already trying to build connections before she's going to the island. So you don't want to try too hard. But anyway, so she never really gave me any eye contact. So I'm like, I can't get a read on her. I don't understand. So I kind of thought that maybe being a brunette, coming after brunette, maybe. So I wasn't sure about her. So as soon as we got on the island, ran to Julie. I'm like, okay, I really want to work with you. She's like, oh my God, I was thinking the same thing.
So that's the clip they show. And you're like, oh my God, I love you. No, I love you better. 99%.
So wanted to work with her. I was like, oh my God. And then we hit it off the bat. Shout out to Julia. Love you, girl.
Shout out to Julia. We need to get her on the pod. We gotta get her on the pod.
She's
shout out to her.
Both. They're I adore them. So Michelle and I, the first day, we didn't really talk too much. So what happened was Ty came up to me and was like, hey, listen, so what do you think about like, me, you, Nick, and Julia? Me, you, Nick, and Michelle. And I was like, well, I don't know. I didn't really talk to Michelle today. I kind of want to have Julia. And so I wanted to work with Julia. I didn't really talk to Michelle. I was afraid she's going to come after me. And so what you may or may not see, but once we start really talking with the girls, I was like, oh my God, they're absolutely amazing. And then you saw, Ty, funny story with looking for the hidden immunity idol. So they also didn't play. So there's a lot of things that actually happened and they didn't actually play.
Let's talk about the tribes first real quick. So we'll get into the episode.
Sure. Okay. I get excited talking about it. Yeah.
I love you, kid. All right. So
sorry.
The other tribe is the Brains tribe. So Brains, Raw, and Beauty. That's the theme they want again this season. So the Brains tribe. Who we got in the Brains tribe? I got this right now because obviously I know your tribe pretty much by heart. But the Brains tribe, you got Debbie, the older lady who's like, she's cool. She's cool. I kind of like her. I don't know if she's cool, but I don't know if smart people might not like her for some reason. Who else we got on the Brains tribe? We got Barack Obama's on the Brains tribe.
Peter.
We got let's see, not the bodybuilder.
Joe Campo.
Joe, the FBI agent who's fucking
him.
The sickest older man I've ever seen in my life.
I mean, how amazing does his body? He makes me feel like, oh my God, I need to go to the gym more often. Like his body is absolutely amazing. He runs like 6 or 8 miles a day. He's in amazing shape, and he's one of the nice people I've
met. You got Liz, super sexy.
Super.
Oh my God.
What?
She's sexy.
She's sexy,
and she's smart.
Very
smart. Right, really smart, right?
Her eyes. When you talk to her, her eyes are so blue and they're so beautiful, and you just can't stop staring at her. So I'm like,
shout out to Liz, man.
Shout out to Liz. I'm like, Liz, you are like one of the most beautiful people I ever saw.
But people think you look like Liz, right?
Yeah, a little bit. I can see it. I've heard it a few times. I can kind of see it. Actually, the first, people have mistaken me for Liz.
So Neil, the ice cream man's on.
Neil's on it. Yeah. Hi, Neil. Hi, everyone.
And you think they're watching? Shout out to them if they're watching. They might be doing research. They might be obsessed with you. They might be stalking. You never know.
Yeah, we all support each other.
Who's the other girl on the Brains tribe? What was her name? Aubrey. Okay, yes. I don't know much. I guess Aubrey. She
was sick in the first episode.
She had anxiety, right? Something like that going on with her.
I wasn't on that. I wasn't there. Obviously, we're on different camps. She was dehydrated. I don't know actually.
So first thoughts about those guys. Like when you the first time you see them, obviously you've seen them around the Ponderosa, and then you've seen like walking around there before.
Well, yeah. So we have a time, where we're not allowed to talk, and then we start the game, and then when we start the game, you're segregated into different tribes, and you're in different islands, and then the only time we get to see each other is when we are at a challenge. So I don't know what happened in their camp, but and if you merge, then you get to talk to them and meet everyone. But yeah.
So when you see them at the first challenge,
yes, yeah.
What do you think about when you look at those guys? I mean, you can't. Yeah. I guess you can't really.
So
gauge, I'm
thinking.
Looking.
So you want my first impressions? You got it. Okay. So first impression.
You don't got to get too deep. But like first something might have stood out about.
I'm a little slow right now. So first thing was what I don't really watch basketball, so I'm like, who is that
giant?
All right,
it's the other tribe, Poppy. That's the. Let's talk about the Brown tribe then too. All right, so we got Scott Powell, the former NBA player. Obviously, he doesn't win. No NBA players ever win. No one wants to give the athlete who allegedly made millions of dollars playing before taxes and before agent cuts and all that stuff like that. They don't want to give that guy $1 million. That guy's not going to win.
Some people don't. But listen, if he plays a good enough game, I don't care how much money you have. If you're billing up for me, I respect the game. So If you played a good game, I will give you $1 million. And so, yeah. But anyway, but I know I can understand, obviously, you normally wouldn't think that you would, but for me, I respect the game and I always want to see the person that wins the game play the best game, and that
all right.
But anyway,
correct answer.
Whatever.
He's not going to win. All right,
no,
we got
I'm
Jason.
I'm dead
Jason
serious.
with the tats.
Yeah.
He ain't going to win. He got. If he wins, that's fine. He wins, I'm giving out.
Yes,
I'll give out $1,000 to people in the chat right now.
You normally would think.
Someone in the chat right now, type in the chat. The first 10 people who type in the chat, I'm going to $100 each. If Scott Pollard wins, you got to redeem it at the end of the season. So type in $100 right now in the chat. First 10, I'll give you $100. Scott Pollard wins.
Okay, so like personally, I don't care. But yes, normally you wouldn't think that someone that big, because usually when you get to the merge, you get rid of the bigger people, you get rid of the strongest people. So there's like different GTO game when you have beginning, middle, and end, right? So beginning, you want to get rid of the weakest people. You want to get rid of people that are going to hold you down because you need to be together. You need to win challenges. I'm not talking about. You need to make sure that you win challenges. Thank you. I got to remind myself because sometimes I do.
Okay.
So anyway, so in the beginning of the game, you want to keep the strongest people. You want to make it to the next day. That's the whole point of the game, is to make the next day. So you need to make sure you have the strongest together. But anyway, so you get rid of the weakest usually, and then when you merge middle game, you want to get rid of the strongest because it's individual challenges. So you don't want to have people that are really strong.
We're on first impressions.
So Scott, yeah, I know. My God,
we're going through the goddamn cast of Ron.
No, but I'm not saying any details.
Now you're like breaking down GTO mid game, end game.
Sorry, but yeah. So anyway, you were saying Scott. Yes, normally you wouldn't think that.
I love how that got started from Scott. From us talking about Scott.
Yeah, that was why
I was explaining
it. But yes, you're right.
Jason,
normally he would win. Yeah.
2 daughters. Was he a bounty hunter?
Yes, he's a bounty
tats.
hunter.
He's got the piercings. Shout out to Jason, man.
Yeah. Everyone on Survivor.
We got Venus Serena Williams, aka Sydney the bodybuilder, who's got the sickest.
So sweet.
She got the.
Oh my God, her body! I was like, damn girl. If
you know the black girls, the black girl grinders out there. She looked good.
She's very sweet and she looks amazing.
You got your boy Darnell. Shout out to Darnell from Chicago, South Side of Chicago, where I'm from as well. Want to say about Darnell?
Yeah, I'm really close to Darnell. He is such a sweetheart. So I want you to have him on because Darnell is one of the funniest.
He's the guy that shit in the ocean, right? When they showed he pulled his pants down, shit in the ocean, right?
Well, yeah.
Same guy, right?
He's the same guy. And actually, I can talk about
No, go ahead. Tell me.
So anyway, he's one of the funniest people I ever met in my life. You have to have him on. He needs to have a show. And I told him he needs a podcast about Survivor because he is so freaking funny. I'm sure you guys saw that he was so funny, but you have to actually meet in person. He doesn't even try to be funny. He's so funny. Everything he says is just, I love him. He's one of the nicest people ever.
You got Alicia, the blonde. She wears the dark eye makeup that makes her eyes pop. Because anytime you wear it, listen, if you're a woman out there, you want to make your eyes pop, put some dark shit around your eyes.
She doesn't even need makeup. She's beautiful.
She's an attractive girl for sure, but she didn't seem like she got along with the tribe. Let's put it like that. They seemed like they were big time on her. They were sort of like belittling her a little bit, talking down to her. What was Jason had in the tribal council? He's like, oh, these guys aren't on my level.
Yeah.
Which I mean,
well, she sticks out like a sore thumb. You have all these big bodies. She's petite, she's skinny, so she kind of sticks out. So sometimes a lot of times in the game, if someone sticks out like a sore thumb, you're at a disadvantage. So they're going to want to pick off the weakest if she's the weakest, right? So you are going to go for something that's very obvious. So the first, vote is first impressions. What's going to, is this person strong at challenges? Is this person, do they stick out? And then
I gotta ask. So Umbrian 713 in the chat says Alicia was a goddess. So when you say Alicia was a goddess, like what exactly are you basing it off of?
Her body.
I mean, she's like, it's like, if you're like an in shape woman, she's blonde, she's tan,
blue eyes.
Like, there's a lot of blonde, tan, blue eyed girls in shapes out there.
She's not a goddess. What are you arguing?
She's attractive for sure, but not a goddess.
You have to meet her in person.
I'm gonna meet her in person.
Beautiful.
I'm about a goddess. I mean, I feel like the other girls, some of the other girls on the show are more attractive than her in terms of like a pure like that standpoint. But
listen, everyone has their own standard of goddess. So
maybe she's a goddess in person.
She's a goddess too.
I'm not debating she's attractive, but a goddess. Let's get carried away on bringing someone out there. All right, so who else we got? We got what was the one girl's name? We got the bug in the air. That was
Jennifer.
She's in shape.
Oh,
what does she do? What's her?
She's a construction company owner.
She looked like she must be like a professional workout person as well too.
Jen is one of the toughest females ever.
Oh,
Alicia's
a mental giant, allegedly, right? According, shout out to Hidden Immunity Idol. So he Hidden Immunity Idol show. I'm assuming Hidden Immunity Idol show has a show. I would assume he's got a fucking show, right?
Well, that means you're in Survivor.
He said, "I wish he answered me about doing an exit interview for Darnell. Maybe we can get Darnell and we can get."
Oh my God, I would just.
Yeah, hit me up on.
I should probably text him and see you.
Hit me up on Twitter, man, and I'll get you guys in touch.
Yeah, we got to do it. Darnell lives in Chicago.
I know. Hello. But so let's talk about
Yeah. So Jennifer. So first of all, Jennifer. So I was watching the show again today with my sister and Joe and my boyfriend and Joe's mom.
Shout out to Joe's mom.
Shout out to Joe's mom, Susan Liberta, because if it wasn't for you, my night last night would not have happened at all. She made a lot of beautiful baskets. We had a lot of stuff that we did for charity and raised money for charity and stuff. So could not have had the night without her. She made T-shirts. She's one of those moms that really gets involved, and
my girlfriend's
I'm very happy that she did that. So what?
My girlfriend's crazy.
Oh, okay. So answer. So
I love her though.
What did I want to say? What was my point? Oh yeah. So last night there was the place we were at. Actually, the audio, the amp blew out, and the audio wasn't loud enough, so I didn't really get to watch everything. So we sat today to watch it again, which was fun. And
so let me tell you guys what happened. So we were watching the show on the couch over here, right? And Anna, and I'm not saying, listen, I'm not even saying this is a bad, but Anna would pause the show but I think it's cool, like how often you get to watch one of your favorite television shows with someone who's on the fucking show as a friend. That's like one of the coolest things.
I still can't believe I'm on.
But Anna's paused. Yeah, I'm
so excited. I'm like, you gotta know everything else.
So we're in the Ponderosa 6 days. 6 days, we can't talk to each other. Walking around, can't talk. You don't want to look. You don't want to make any impressions. You don't want to do anything like that. We get in the show. We're on the boat. We finally get to talk. The cameras are in her face. The cameras are all around.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, man, Anna's intense. Man.
You see, I mean, you know how much because I've talked.
That's a pretty good impression, of you, wasn't it?
That was pretty good.
That was a pretty good impression. I agree.
I
can do Anna Khait well. I can do Anna Khait well. Well, I can talk fast too, but now I slow it down because
we need people to understand what the hell I'm saying. Yeah,
exactly.
Just slow down.
Exactly.
But yeah,
what does my girlfriend look like? She looks.
So my point was this. So I was watching the show. And my sister's a PA, and Susan used to be a nurse. And they're like, because they had patients that had things in their ears, literally. And they're like, you know, normally they're screaming and they're this and they're that. And I told them, Jen is so tough. I mean, it's so painful. She was obviously, I mean, when you're in pain, but she's very strong. So she had a lot of bug bites. I mean, she went through a lot of stuff.
Who didn't have bug bites though?
Everyone had bug bites.
That's what I'm saying. You can't say she had a lot of bug bites.
I can't wait till I show you pictures. Oh my God. They actually already posted pictures for the next episode.
But I've
my legs are bitten up.
Does CBS have like infinite nude footage of you like just on stock now basically? Because they probably record you.
Blackmail the shit out of me.
Right. So I mean, they record you taking a piss. They record you taking a shit. They record you.
Yeah. Well, and then you're in a challenge. Your boob pops out. You're like crap. But yeah.
For some reason, your boobs were prominent in this episode. I'm not sure if that was by design. If that was something that accidentally happened.
I cringe when I see that. I'm like, no, are they that?
Why?
Because they're, I don't know, some angles. I'm like, are they that big? Oh my God, I don't know, it's just weird. Some angles are weird. Sorry to talk about that, but mom, dad, I don't know. It's weird watching yourself. You're analyzing everything, and being a girl, you're already crazy. So, but anyway,
yeah, you are crazy for sure.
But I don't normally walk around in my bra and my underwear. So, like,
why not? I thought women walked around naked all the time at home.
At home, yeah. There's no one home.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's a good point. It's a good point. So
anyway, it's just weird to see myself like that.
I got a couple shots to the chat because we got a lot of
let's say hi to people.
Questions. You do know how to give a shout out?
Do I know how to give a shout out?
All right, give Castle Crashers 10064 a shout out.
I need to work on my vision.
Castle Crashers 10064.
Castle Crashers 10064 said no. About what?
You give him a shout out. You're giving him a shout out.
Oh, okay.
Give the guy a shout out.
Castle Crashers 10064.
All right, let me get some shouts.
I'm not that good.
We got Brendan D in the chat. He said, "What's up, Brendan? Big Testy. What up,
Hey,
Big
Brendan."
We got my buddy Matt.
All right, what are they saying?
They're saying good things. You can't obsess about the chat. We got to focus on the show. We got my boy Kevin Clarkson, Alex T. What up, puppy? What's going on? Kyle Canary, Joey. What's your girlfriend look like? She's blonde. She's in shape. She's athletic. She's attractive. She's hot for sure. Pete Peterson. What's up? What up? Verassi says on Inside Survivor. It says that Liz was a professional gambler, allegedly. Now listen, is she a professional gambler? She
Yeah, no,
allegedly
she
had a
used to-
perfect score on her SAT.
Oh, allegedly she does. She's
Allegedly,
so smart.
very smart.
You can meet her right away. You're like instantly. I told her, I'm like, you're the smartest person I ever met.
And she
She's
gambles for
absolutely-
profit.
She gambles for profit.
Okay, as opposed to being a fucking degenerate who loses all their family's money and gives it all away, who basically
Gambles for
funds the high stakes poker
gambling,
community
you know.
that I play. Right? Yeah.
No, she actually used to count cards. You see part of her group. She talks about this too. She used to be part of a group, and they would count cards in casinos, and she got kicked out of a few casinos. So she very smart, and she does gamble for profit. Right.
So she plays blackjack though.
She plays blackjack. Yeah, she doesn't play poker. I don't think so.
We gotta get her on the pod, man.
Yeah, she's awesome.
We're like the big
She's so
Survivor
sweet.
podcast.
Oh my God, there's just so many interesting, different personalities that you can meet.
What are the big Survivor podcast?
The big Survivor.
You got the
podcast?
guy
There's
Rob,
Cesternino.
right? Yeah, he's friends with Jay Carver.
Yes.
Who else? You don't follow the shows or what?
No, I follow the show,
You
but
don't follow the pods? You follow the aftermarket scene?
no,
I mean, I feel like
poker.
I
I'm
feel
watching
like
you.
it's almost like
I honestly don't really watch the Survivor podcast.
I feel like
much.
every probably past Survivor, most of them probably just do like a video or do a podcast or something like that because it's an easy way to get your name out there if you're already on the show and you want to sort of, capitalize on your potential exposure and take advantage of the potential advertising you can do for yourself. Obviously, a podcast is something really easy you can do.
For sure. And I think that, you know how like you have podcasts like Somerville and stuff, like you have people who talk about strategy, and it's if you're really into it, it's awesome to talk about strategy, right? So like I love Survivor, but I just stick to the episodes. I mean, I don't really go, I don't know. Bob Cesternino has an awesome podcast. I did watch it a few times recently, but I think that
Well, you're going to be on there probably soon.
I
right?
just spent a lot of time watching like poker videos and stuff.
You're
like
going to be on
podcasts. I
Rob.
watch
So Rob has
Somerville
the
a
guys
ton.
on that are after they've been
Yeah.
eliminated. So you're probably on there soon, right?
Yeah, maybe not. I'm trying to get I can't say anything.
All right. So let's talk
Maybe,
about
maybe not,
so,
but yeah,
so now
so-
we broke down the teams.
Yes.
All right, so let's talk about the first episode. Obviously, you told me earlier there's a lot of stuff that happened that they don't show on your particular tribe, correct? Is anything relevant to the viewers out there who are interested as something that happened that they might have missed? You talked about the immunity idol when Ty was searching for the immunity idol. I guess you were chasing them down. You're searching for the idol, and you said something like that, right?
Yeah. Well, there's a lot of content that does. I mean, you have 90 minutes. You have 3 tribes. There's so much stuff in each tribe that goes on, and there's so much that they can't cover everything. But there was just, I remember, initially loving Ty. I knew right away that he's a smart guy, and that I like him a lot, but there's something about, I know he's going to play the game hard. I knew him and Nick would play the game hard, and the girls too, obviously. But for those two, for the way that they were looking around, I was like, these guys know the show well. They are my biggest threat here, and I need to keep an eye on them. So I try to keep my friends closer and my enemies closer. So, so Ty and I were building a really good relationship. And then what happened was, because like day 2, we were walking around collecting bamboo, and then I see Nick, and he's like walking down this path, and then he looks both ways, and he just starts running. And he starts running, and I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to miss anything. So I start running, and then we end up catching Ty looking for the idol. And then Caleb saw me running. So he was like, Julia, Michelle, Anna's running. So we all came, and we all basically busted Ty looking for an idol. So that's kind of what happened.
Right? What's the matter?
But,
so does he hate? Is he in the crosshairs? So
automatically
aren't people
he's like
going to be looking for an idol though? I mean,
they
who's
are,
not looking for an
but
idol?
That's
what I'm like.
Caught. Absolutely.
But you want to do it low key. You want to be sneaky. You don't want to be fucking searching. So let's talk about his strategy for searching for the idol though. Like, he's digging in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he's picking up plants. I mean, normally,
he's killing vegetation.
I know.
What the fuck is he doing, man?
It's just weird to see Ty do that, to be honest.
He's defending trees. He's defending animals. He's defending the chickens.
He's playing the game. I respect that he's playing the game. To be honest, normally you have
digging up trees, digging up plants.
Well,
What's he killing plants for, man? He seemed like an environmentalist to me.
Well, I don't need to have him on and ask him why he did that. But he thought, these are new plants. Maybe there's something underneath it. He's a big fan of the show, but I think that normally with hidden immunity idols, you want to look for something that really stands out, like a big tree, big grooves, or under the raft, or under something or whatnot. So it was odd to see him just pull out like these cute little plants. But listen, he's looking for the idol, and so it affirmed when I saw that. It affirmed that he's playing the game really hard, and I knew that.
So when
I respect it as a player watching it, but when you get caught, it's not good because he didn't tell me. Because normally you're talking. Like, all right, you'll see, but. You normally talk like, I'm going to look for an idol. But so obviously something you don't tell them your plan. But once you get busted and you walk in on them and they look like they're, deer in headlights and they're scrambling for words and whatnot, you're ready to go out there not trusting anyone. So any little thing that you do automatically puts you as a target. So.
But little Ty, he's smiling.
Little Ty,
I'm not searching anything. I'm not searching about idol. I'm just hanging around in Vietnam.
And we obviously knew that he was, and so he had to play it off back.
I think he does well.
But he's amazing.
Does he win?
I don't know.
Well, you don't know who wins, right? Technically, they do the live draw in LA, right? When's the finale? I'm going to that. When's the finale?
Good question.
I'll be there.
Yeah.
100%. I'm going to be there for sure. Cool. When is it?
I don't know the exact
It's probably
date.
in May or something like that, right?
Yeah, it's usually May. Yeah. It's like middle end of May.
If it's before Vegas for World Series of Poker, I'll be out there for sure.
Yeah,
I'm definitely going. We got to get my boy Jeff Probst on the pod, man.
Jeff Probst.
Is Jeff Probst married?
Yeah, he is.
I feel like he must have. When he was single, he's fucking.
I always had the biggest crush on Jeff Probst. I'm like, oh my God,
did you have sex with Jeff Probst to get on the show?
That's what I had to do on the show. No, he's probably doing. No, I'm joking.
You probably should not say that.
No, it's live. No, it's a joke. Listen, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Jeff Probst got some swag, man. He's cool. I like him a lot. He's a great host, by the way.
He's a great host. I love Jeff Probst.
So I really want to know if
I could, I would. I'm just kidding. Right. I shouldn't say that either. Can we mind that? Just kidding. No,
he's
a little too old. He's a little old.
What's wrong with old guys? I like old women. Shout to old women. What's wrong with old women? Shout to Debbie. What's up, Debbie? Shout to Debbie, man. Yeah. What's wrong with old women? What's wrong with old men?
No, there's nothing wrong with it.
You just bite your lip thinking about Jeff Probst?
No.
You just bit it again thinking about Jeff Probst?
No, you're putting me on the spot. I'm like, biting my lip because I'm like, shut up, Anna, shut up. It was a joke. Listen, so it's a joke. You're
going to get married to Joe anyway. So Jeff Probst got no shot. I'm sorry. But
I'm joking.
If Jeff Probst was single for a time period in Los Angeles.
And I was single, maybe. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not talking about you. Get off you. I feel like
I'm just kidding. So listen, Jeff Probst is actually super involved in the show. So another reason why I respect him so much more because he's so into the show. He handles absolutely everything, and he loves the game so much, and he tries so hard to make sure everything's in order. And he's very much involved in the show, so it just made me respect him more. So I absolutely adore him.
Shout out to Jeff Probst, man. He's
amazing.
He asked a lot of really good things in that tribal council. I feel like someone probably writes or suggest a lot of the stuff because obviously they see the footage, they know what's happening behind the scenes. And he sort of like pokes and prods. He has Darnell, the tribal council, a question about him growing up and back home dealing with certain challenges. And during the challenges, he says such great things. The editing on the show is so beautiful. I love the show, man. It's
oh yeah,
it's great. All right, so now
he has great questions. Tribal. I mean, yeah. All
right, so you talked about aqua poops and aqua peas, which means people shitting and pissing in the ocean. So tell us about this process. What's this like? Like, how does it work? Do you get used to it? If you stay on the show, well, you might not stay on past day 3 or whatever, day 4 or something like that. But tell us about that a little bit.
Yeah. Most people don't know actually that most of us actually, take aqua poops in there. So normally coming on the show, I remember seeing it a few times, like, why are they going in the water? That's like so weird. But actually being on the show, from what I heard, it's very allegedly. No, it's very convenient. You go on the water, most people go, you're clean right away. And I think I might have been the only person that didn't do it, but everyone kept telling me.
In the ocean.
I didn't.
Okay.
I kind of honestly regret it because they kept telling me you should do it. It's so it's just so refreshing. I'm like, people are.
We're by the ocean right now.
I know, but people are
you can go poop in the Atlantic Ocean right now if you want to.
Yeah, but you respect each other when you go pee and poo and stuff. But you become, you're surviving and you're in the elements and you don't judge anyone for pooing or peeing in front of you because everyone goes to the bathroom. Normally you close the door. There's no doors there. There's no hotel there. There's no anything around there. There's no crafts table. There's just the island, the water, and the woods. So you have to go where you got to go. But yeah. So I was that scene was so funny.
When Darnell shit in the ocean, pull on his pants,
cracking up. Yeah. So everyone, literally almost everyone, maybe not, but there are a ton of people that do go in the water.
There's some chat,
and they don't really show it, but that's really the cleanest way because apparently you go in there and everything just goes away quick.
The winner. There's some discussion in the chat about who the potential winner is. So I'm going to handicap who I think potentially wins the show.
Yeah.
and you
Anna,
can't
why?
say
I don't
anything
know.
because you can't ruin anything for me. So
Yeah, why?
Scott
I'm not gonna
Pollard,
win anything. No
Scott
one
Pollard,
knows
I think
anything.
never
Except
he
my
never
boyfriend.
wins the show. If he wins the show, I guess I'd $1,000.
Yeah, I
to
mean,
chat.
for sure. You normally would not think that an athlete who's that size, who's strong, would win the show. Definitely not. His odds are against him because just the premise of the show. Yeah.
Jason, I don't think wins the show.
You don't think wins the show? Why not?
After the first episode, I don't think that there's no fucking chance of me going to vote for that guy. No. Okay.
I can't say anything.
All right, Darnell. Not going to win the show.
I think originally.
Cindy.
Sid.
Now I'm not sure. It depends. We might have some low key racists on the show. Might be hating us black people, but
what?
I don't know. I don't think she wins. You never know.
Why not?
I don't think she wins.
Why not?
I just don't think she wins.
You'll see. You'll see.
Okay, I don't think she wins.
She's super likable.
All right, so let's go on.
She's smart. She knows the game good.
So we're on the bronze. Alicia, no, there's no chance. Let's shower that. I mean, I like her. A goddess, allegedly. Who else is on the bronze tribe that we're missing here?
Jen.
The other girl, Jen. Jen's got a good chance. I think Jen has a good chance of winning. I'm gonna go to your tribe, Anna. I don't think you win, dude. Honestly,
Really?
you've been playing low stakes tournaments with fucking Borgata. There's no chance if you're in contention for $1 million. What's second place?
You don't think I can win?
You wouldn't be playing low stakes tournaments at the Borgata.
Oh.
There's no chance.
Well,
I don't think you would. I've been following you on Twitter. I'm trying to. I don't want
to. Even if I win the $1 million, I mean, you guys know that if you win the $1 million, you get the check after the show is aired. So we don't get, if you win the $1 million, I wouldn't be like, oh, Anna, you win once Jeff announces the winner, the next day you get the check. So
oh shit,
I can be definitely grinding small stakes. So
all right, I think you might win.
Know.
Michelle, I think Michelle might win too. Julia, I think Julia's got a good shot as well.
Yeah.
Nick, nah, I mean no chance. Caleb, I don't think so. Ty, I don't think so either. Brains Tribe, Liz, maybe. Debbie, no chance. Who else we got in that one?
Do you have
Joe the FBI? I feel like Joe the FBI agent's too awesome. Like I don't think he can win. He's too cool. Like he's just fucking. He's like the man.
Awesome. He is.
I don't think he could win. Neil, maybe.
Okay. So who is your winner pick? Besides me, obviously. Who is your winner pick? Like watching. Do you ever get interviewed? I feel like you don't get interviewed. I feel like we should put you on the spot. Who is your winner pick?
Listen, I don't interview. I have conversations. We're having a conversation. It's an interview. Okay. It's a conversation.
Well,
it's just friends having a conversation. Who do I think's going to win?
Yeah.
You.
Okay.
Or Michelle.
Yay.
I hope. Well, I mean, wow. I'm partial to you guys. I know you two. I'm partial to you two.
That's true.
I hope one of you two wins. Who do I think's going to win, honestly? Who do I honestly think's going to win?
I'm just not. Yeah. What? Who?
I'm gonna go with that girl, Jen, with the bug in the ear. I gotta pick her. Jen or you.
Okay, good.
Yeah, Jen or you.
Yeah. Okay, good.
That's who I got picking. But I'm not. I literally don't know anything. I don't know anything.
Yeah. No.
For sure.
No one knows.
But yeah. Let me check some comments here in the chat. Hayden Muni says Sid reminds me of Cambodia Tasha. First of all, that's racist because they're both black. And second of all, they don't really remind me of each other. I think Tasha was like a different type of person. She wasn't necessarily like this. She had you must not see many black girls. She had a typical black woman body, which is obviously a big, she's got big butt. She's curvaceous. She's sexy. You think Tasha was sexy? Remember Tasha?
Ty is amazing.
Tasha, you think Tasha was sexy? She was the black woman from. She was out with the Chaos Cast. They were girls. Stop. Do you remember who that is?
No, but what?
Do you remember who that is? Yeah. Tasha? Do you think she was sexy?
Do I think she was sexy?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, let's get carried away. She's okay. But yeah, I don't think. Does she remind you of Sid, the black girl in this season?
Like I said, well, took a little break from Survivor.
You take the comments. Let's see how you do. Go ahead, take the comments.
Can you push a little closer?
Yeah, I can't move it. That's as far as it can go. Take a couple comments.
Okay, how do I work this thing?
I
think Jennifer is an early boot. Oh no. Age of Aqua Poop. Yes. Darnell. Anna Michelle's my winner pick. Hey, Hidden Media Idol show. Who else is there? Whose shoulders tough? More Periscope. Oh my god, I love Periscope. So who showed me Periscope?
Shout out to me for being on your Periscope last night, by the way.
Who showed me Periscope? I'm trying to remember who showed me Periscope.
All right, now we gotta get you
a little tipsy. You're trying to have like a bad memory.
You're fishing so hard right now on the comments. It's okay.
Okay, so yes, what? So I got to do more Periscope. It's so much fun. Well,
all right. Let me go down the list here.
Favorite Survivor winner. That's a good question.
Can you name me 10 Survivor winners? Go.
You serious?
Go.
Spence. Fuck. Okay, so
did he win last season?
No, Jeremy won last season. Parvati, Sandra, Rob, Bossy Rob.
Jeremy's a beast, dude.
He is a beast.
Go ahead. 10.
Rob, Amber, Bob, Tina, obviously. I'm like, I don't like the pin spot, but Richard Hatch, thank you. I don't know. I was like, how do I forget his name? Sandra twice. Natalie, Samoa, season 20.
Can someone tell me this is true?
Parvati,
I know
obviously.
a couple, but...
Yeah, no, I mean, I know the show well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So did you get 10?
I think I got 10.
Okay.
Yeah, I keep going.
Okay.
Let's see. What's his name? Africa, Jenna's ex-husband. What's his name? Crap. I'm bad with names sometimes.
Yeah, spoilers. You're really ruining a lot of seasons.
No,
all right, let's
I forget names, but what's his name? Edward or yeah. So yeah.
All right, let's go back to the show. Let's go back this episode. So back to challenge, okay? So challenge Darnell. So obviously Darnell's tribe loses. Darnell gets called out because when he jumps in the water, he loses the goggles, and the people are like, the tribe, like, you're a fucking idiot. You dropped the goggles. Like, it's just.
Yeah.
But really, the people that did the puzzle, who was at the puzzle? Alicia, and who else did the puzzle? Was it Alicia and was it it was Jen, right?
Jen, yeah.
So Alicia and Jen started the puzzle. Alicia, hey, editor, looking pretty like clueless at the fucking puzzle. So Scott Power gets tagged in. They fish it up pretty hard. It seemed like them there in that spot, the puzzle was the one who sort of lost the challenge for them. But I mean, obviously they did well, and you could argue if Darnell did better in the beginning, that they would have gotten, there faster.
Exactly, for sure. I think that losing the goggles stepped them back for sure. But we were stuck on that boat. That boat was so freaking heavy. Oh my God, that was the heaviest thing that I ever tried to lift. So really tough. For some reason, it wasn't going onto the hinge. It just wasn't going, and you don't have a lot of food. You're not drinking a lot of water. So every stroke counted.
Right? Yeah.
Every stroke counts. So we kept saying we had to have a pace, and we have to try hard, but we have to do it together, or else we're just exerting energy and we're not doing it efficiently as we can. So for some reason it wasn't going on, and so you have to basically have your inertia go with you. So you're knee deep, and you have to all together with the inertia of the water, the buoyancy of the water, able to push the boat onto this rail. And for some reason, that little bit, we couldn't get that little tiny bit. It has to go exactly to the end. And once you get it to the end, then you put the wheels on. Yes.
Right.
So we're like, okay, we got to back up a little. We backed up a little, but still, it was something. We're like, there's something wrong with this boat, but there's nothing wrong with the boat. For some reason, we were kind of crooked, and we realized it, and we were able to kind of fix ourselves. And then Caleb was a huge part. I mean, we all tried hard, but Caleb and Nick were really pushing that thing. I mean, if we didn't have manpower, oh my God.
I like when you guys were pulling the boats, and you were like, instead of like using your shout to the dog, instead of using your any lower body, you're like pulling with your arms, like trying to drag it along like this.
What?
When we were pulling the boat along, like you were dragging, trying to. I don't know. It seemed like you weren't losing any lower body when you were trying to pull that boat, the heavy boat. You know what I mean? Well,
you're pushing it, so you're trying to grab any kind of nook, any kind of cranny, any kind of thing that you can pull on.
Okay.
And you try to use a buoyancy, but at the same time, there's a certain part when you get up high enough, there's really no water underneath. You kind of just gotta use manpower and put it in. But it's
no, but she was calling. She was like 1, 2,
1, 2, 3. I can't, because it was kind of a little bit.
It was out of rhythm, right?
It was out sometimes. Yeah, sometimes it's out of rhythm. I'm like, okay, we gotta count. We gotta do this 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And Ty was like, if you didn't do that, that was really helpful because that kind of got us in pace. You got us organized because we were like. We were first. We were there for a little while. We're like, oh, we're smoothing along. We're kicking butt, And then we get stuck in this little rail. We're like, come on, any way we can get it in. And we're kind of nervous at the same time because the more you do it, the more energy you're losing, and you need to conserve it. And you have, and then you have to pull through the sand, and then you get to the puzzle. So by the time we got to the puzzle, I remember finally getting to the end when we were able to grab the puzzle. I was what? What? What are you laughing
No,
at?
listen, I'm
My
enjoying.
sister's here. Sorry.
Sister,
Elena, grab a seat.
Just come back in. Just come back in.
Right now.
Just come back in.
Yeah, say hi. No, you're good, honey. You're
Come back
good.
in.
Say hi.
Come back in the seat. Come
She's
back
so
in.
I thought you
Tell my
guys were
girlfriend.
just talking to me.
No, we're
No,
good.
no,
No, of course not.
What's up, doll? You want to come up here too?
Yeah,
on
Merce
up,
is
puppy.
here. Merce. Oh my God, we gotta show Merlin.
You're fun, he's trying to.
Merlin poops.
Go ahead. Talk to the chat.
Okay,
Go off the rails.
so once we get, it's just another man show. Like once we got out of the sand, we were able to grab the puzzle. So it's me and Jules on the puzzle.
Just the
And
mic.
s-
Tell
oh,
the
okay.
I'm
mic.
gonna make you drinks. What would you want?
You're gonna make me
my God,
drinks?
I'm not gonna drink anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
drinking
gonna
more.
get you.
I'm just kidding. All right, so I'll take a tiny bit.
Okay. I'm making
I don't know if there's any ice though.
Gracias, mamacita.
Gracias,
Gracias.
mamacita.
Thank
Dude,
you.
Corta, vamos a sacar
Whip
a mamacita.
she-
Gracias.
oh my God, she's
Gracias.
the best. She's literally the best bartender ever. She makes amazing drinks.
I ain't making no bad decisions tonight, audience. I'm gonna tell you that right now. I ain't making no bad decisions tonight with y'all, man.
Mm-mm.
Nah, for sure. But yeah, all right. So let's get back to the. All right, so the challenge gets there. You guys get to the puzzle.
We get to the
brain.
puzzle.
Liz crushes it
Crushing it.
with
Smarty.
her perfect SAT score, allegedly.
Yeah.
She crushes it. You and Julia do the puzzle.
So we get there, So we get there, and I remember like I was walking up the stairs. Jeff was like, "No, you got to grab the puzzle." And I was like, "Huh?" And I'm exhausted. I remember thinking like I can't even talk. And I remember I turn around, I go down the stairs, and as I'm going down the stairs, I'm like trying to telepathically tell Julie, "Please grab the puzzle." I have like no energy left. Please grab the puzzle. I couldn't even say it. So I'm looking at her and I'm walking back. So I walked up the stairs. Jeff yelled. And I'm like, okay, I got to go back at the puzzle. So she grabs the puzzle with Nick. She flies by me and I turn back around. I'm like, okay, I got to back up the stairs. Go back up the stairs. And as I'm going back up the stairs, Jeff goes, and Beauty looks exhausted. I'm like, thanks, Jeff. Thanks. So we get there and then there's no physical energy exerted. So you're just getting it together. And that was so much fun. That first puzzle was so much fun.
So obviously it comes down to the end, and
Comes
you
down
guys,
again, very close.
you beat Braun by a short time.
Tiny hair. What? You are such a dirty-minded.
What are you
That's
talking
it.
about? I'm not even.
Maybe
No,
I'm-
I'm just commenting on what I'm saying. You're like
Yeah,
you're like the.
Oh, I get really into. So when you know me, I get really into it. Yeah.
I can tell. All right, so you guys win. You guys
I
win.
get really excited. Yeah.
Braun goes to the jury, and it basically
Tribal
comes
council.
down. Tribal
Merce.
council. Sorry, tribal council. I'm distracted by the. There's,
Yeah. Sorry.
So it comes down basically to Darnell and Alicia. Why do you think they kept Alicia instead of Darnell when they went to the revote after it went 3-3 tie?
Good question. Well, he, did lose the goggles, but I think that there's also the fact that you also have to think, towards the game and GTO strategy for Survivor. So, maybe he was getting along with the girls and like he spent a lot of time with them, and maybe they thought, okay, so he's a big threat, so you don't want to have anyone team up. So Darnell, maybe possibly after that speech, people relate to him more. People feel, have heart, feel a situation and love him. And maybe thought in that moment, oh my God, we do have to get rid of him. And that's something that you should ask Jason Scott. So maybe we can get them on and have a conversation, because that's a really good question. What was in their mind? What were they thinking about? Because this is the first time that I get to watch it. So I'm curious.
this,
I want to
puppy?
know. Oh. That looks really good.
It's good. It's good.
For fuck's sake.
She makes really good
Well,
drinks.
this is kind of.
Did you?
Gracias, mamacita. Gracias.
What is my
Gracias.
drink?
I'm making it for you, honey.
Oh, it's okay. It's okay. No. This is good, honey. I actually have much left.
I need to get milk.
Yeah. What'd you make him? What is that? Is that Bailey's?
Yeah.
Ooh.
All right, so they vote. They
Yeah.
vote out Darnell. Darnell shower. Gigi Darnell.
Yeah, so you have to ask them for sure what's going on in their mind.
Okay.
But I think that might.
So well, right? Is this
Yeah.
gonna be a Survivor? You think we can make this a popular Survivor podcast?
Maybe.
A power podcast series? I thought. Poker's already been talking about this.
Thank you.
We don't need to talk anymore. All right, so
What's next?
let me see. I have my notes here, but then I took notes while I watched the episode again tonight. So, what do you think about Jason's comment that he made
About?
at the Tribal Council when he said, "These guys aren't on my level"? I feel like two guys here, Scott and Sid, are on my level, but the other people aren't on my level. Like, how can that guy ever win when he says something like that? You think that guy ever wins the show saying a comment like
Well,
that?
maybe he thought that they're going to go soon, so it doesn't matter what he has to say. For sure, it's just obviously Survivor's a huge social game, so you definitely want to.
Who says that?
You
I don't know,
definitely
man. It
want to
seems
make
like
sure
they're
what
not on
you're.
my level.
Yeah.
Well, what level is he in exactly? I was confused. Like,
Jason's
what does he mean?
level.
They're not like
Jason's
letting
level.
out cool and all. What is he talking about? He doesn't even know the people. They're there for 3 fucking days.
Yeah.
They saw one competition. Darnell dropped the goggles in the ocean. Like, I mean, not on your level. What? Like Darnell's from the South Side of Chicago. I don't know. I don't understand. I don't understand the level thing.
You know, sometimes I don't know. Maybe he had confidence to know or think that
I understand.
they're going to come
I
out
understand
soon.
where he's
But
coming
you
from.
definitely socially don't want to say that, especially in tribal or
Trolling,
especially with other people. So you definitely want to watch what you say. You can say it in your confessionals because you're one-on-one and you can say what you want to say.
Mhm.
And no one's ever going to tell them what we say to the camera. So, but when you're with other people, for sure you have to watch what you say because it can kick you. It can kick you in the butt later. So, have to be careful. But yeah, that's maybe he thinks he has the numbers now, so he's good. So he'll be okay. You never know. You'll have to ask him. What is this strong? She likes to make strong drinks.
No, man, this is a different drink. It's
Can't
like
try
a
it?
coffee. Yeah, it's like a coffee with.
I
like
love Baileys.
the chocolate with
man.
alcohol and stuff like that. All right, let's take some questions from the crowd here.
Oh my god, this is so good. You know what?
Epicurus says Joey is just biased towards the Chirac. Listen, man, I got love for my boy Darnell. We're both from Chirac. We grew up from the South Side. We grew up from the hood. Obviously, Darnell grew up in a different hood than I grew up in, clearly. But
what?
I used to sell vacuum cleaners in Darnell's hood back when I was 19 years old.
Really?
Yeah, I used to sell the Kirby vacuum I used to go to people's homes
Not
mainly.
Rainbow. Which one was it?
Kirby.
Kirby.
Mhm.
Never heard of Kirby.
Used to go to.
So what did you do? You went knocked on doors?
No. This
Like
is the office set up appointments for me, mainly with the South Side black people in Chicago. Basically all the people I went to were black people.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I was like, all right, this is cool. So South Side of Chicago, obviously not a very safe part of town, but I'm going there, this vacuum cleaner, hugging up the stairs. Hey, here for your vacuum. I'm going to show you the vacuum. So basically you go there, you clean the carpet, you shampoo it, and then you try to get them to buy this vacuum, which costs $1,500.
$1,500. It's like Rainbow.
Right.
Same
So
thing.
you're asking
Rainbow's
for credit.
really
You're like,
expensive.
can you pay cash? What can I call it in?
my
So you're doing this
God.
whole hustle.
Yeah, you're hustling. Yeah, exactly. And did you sell?
I sold like 10. I quit that job fast. I mean,
Wow.
you're selling these $1,500
That's
vacuum
amazing.
cleaners
That
to
you
like.
went 10. I know. It's funny because I remember when I was young, I was maybe like 8 or 7 or 8 years old.
You sell vacuum cleaners and you're 8 years
When
old.
I was 7, I was hustling. Yeah. So no, but I remember we had Rainbow come in and my mom was like, we were all watching the show and my mom was like, oh my God, it's such an amazing vacuum cleaner. And my dad was like, this is so expensive. You cannot buy this. And my mom loves to clean and she's like, no, we have to get it. And she's like, tell your dad that you love it. And I was like, I actually really like that, Mom. He had a really good show. And I was like, I want it. And my dad was like, there's no way. But he ended up buying it because puppy eyes. Please buy a vacuum cleaner. We will clean the whole house. Listen, if my kids told me we will clean the house, I would be like, all right, let's get 2 of them. Let's make sure the whole house is clean. So this is perfect.
All right, we're gonna take a couple of comments from the chat. I'm trying to keep this under.
Yeah.
I'm trying to keep this
I don't know how
like
long we're
around an
talking
hour.
already
It's been
for.
about an hour right now.
Sorry,
Yeah. It's been about an hour right now. So let me take a couple of chats from the
I
people in
stole
the
your
chat.
drink.
My boy Kevin Pond. What's up, Kevin Puppy? I'll see you
What's
next
up?
week, Kevin, in LA at the Poker
Kevin.
Awards when I lose the Best Media Person of the Year nomination that I have for next. I'm definitely gonna lose for sure. It's okay.
Best media. What?
I'm nominated for Media Person of the Year in poker.
Oh.
Me, Jason Somerville,
Yes.
my boy Kev Math, and Donnie Peters, my boy too. My Donnie Peters on the podcast next week. But yeah,
Nice.
we're nominated, and there's no chance I'm winning.
Very
So
cool.
so shout out to me, man.
Shout out.
Let me see some other.
That's fun. When next week?
That's in Los Angeles on Thursday. Yes.
Los
I'll be
Angeles.
out there
Oh
for that.
wow, it's fancy.
Let me see.
Fancy.
Jaden Osborne says,
You didn't tell
"Was
me
the
that.
what are you talking about, man? You gotta follow along, kid. Was the puzzle
I don't
actually
check
as
my feed
close
as much.
as they made it seem on TV?"
Yeah.
Jaden asks.
Honestly, I thought it was like 2 or 3 pieces left. I was shocked when there was 1 piece left. I really thought it was like 2 or 3, but we knew it was like really close. So to see that it was like 1, 2, it was it was intense. I mean, I remember thinking like when we were losing our lead and we were in the sand and Brains got there and then Braun got there. I remember thinking this is not good, but I remember thinking I'm still gonna win. I'm still gonna win. Focus. And I never got nervous. I never thought we would lose. My brain told us you're gonna win. Just keep going. So I got there and we won. And after the fact, I'm like, oh my God, we won. We were so close. And we're like, yeah, there was like 2 or 3, and everyone's saying it was even 1. I'm like, no, it can't be 1. That's impossible. But it was down to 1 piece. Can you believe that?
No.
I still can't believe that.
I
was like,
can't believe it.
holy moly, that's insane. So yeah, I mean, I did not know it was that 1 little piece. So pretty crazy. Everyone was on her toes. Yeah.
The favorite country?
Favorite country? My favorite
Jadis
country?
Laird asks.
Ooh. Well, I was born in Russia, so probably my favorite country. But
Give him some Russian. They
give some
don't
Russian,
know
but
you speak
I'm
Russian.
here forever. So America.
You know how to speak Russian very. So
Я говорю по-русски, как дела? Меня зовут Аня. Я все говорю по-русски. У меня... Okay, what should I say? Что can I say? So, я очень обожаю Survivor. Я очень... Yeah, I speak Russian. Меня зовут Anya. My name is Anna. I speak fluent. I have an accent because I came here when I was 4, so I understand and can read and stuff. But when I speak in Russian, some of my Russian relatives laugh at me because I have an accent. Oh my God,
early,
Elena,
man.
this is so good.
It's
I love
8, 9. It's 9. It's early right now.
Yeah.
First impressions of the other tribes, Jairus says.
First impressions.
We kind of talked about that a little bit. Yeah, we kind of talked about that. So, when you first see it, are you saying, I think that person has a good chance to win? I think that guy's got no fucking shot. Are you saying things like that when you first get there?
First impression is okay, what do they do? And if they tell me what they do and it doesn't fit, then they're lying, so I can't trust them. So you're trying to fit. So my first thing was, what do they do? Can I trust them? And now, can I work with them? And I remember thinking, my first impression of Scott was, who is this giant? He must play hockey. He must play something. I for some reason thought he played hockey, but he plays basketball. And first impression of Sydney, he's super strong, obviously.
That's fucking good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. So definitely first impressions are really, really important. But then they open their mouth and then you get to hear what they say and does their story align with my first impression?
Do you win?
So I feel like you're trying to.
Are you in the final 2? Is CBS gonna shut this down? Are they gonna fire you?
They're gonna shut.
If you tell me, right? If you tell us right now what happens, what does CBS do? But if you told, hypothetically speaking, if you told us what CBS
I don't know.
Is Jeff Probst?
I would never do that because first of all, you don't want to spoil anything. I want all my friends and family to see it all live because I
want to see it live.
It's fun. It's so much fun because I know if you were on the show, I would not want to know any little details. I would want to watch it.
I'm not telling you shit.
Yeah, I would want to watch it. It's more fun to watch it.
I'm not telling you anything. Yeah.
And then after the episode, you have all these questions. So Rob, for example, Boston Rob made the finals and he told his family that he was out a while ago and then he made it to the finale and it was heads up with his freaking fiance. So he didn't tell anyone. He was like, yeah, I got out early and it sucked. And they're all able to watch it. It's so much fun when you don't know. I can imagine. So yeah, so I don't want anyone to know. I want you guys to see it. So it's more fun and more authentic that way. And then it's just fun to sweat it live because then it's spoiled and I get to tell you other people. I get to tell you what happens. You don't want to do that.
My boy Balky says, I already know I didn't want to ask this question. This is a dumb question. Did playing poker help in Survivor? Reading? Of course it helps. Of course he's going to say it helps. The FBI agent's going to say being in the FBI helped. The ice cream salesman's going to say selling ice cream helped.
Yeah.
The bodybuilder is going to say being a bodybuilder helped her on Survivor. Whatever person's career they have, they're going to say, this helped me out in the show. So obviously she's going to say yes.
For sure. Poker. Yeah, definitely. 100%.
All right, I'm gonna do this hour. Let's keep it an hour, and so let's try that. I'm gonna have Anna on. I'm not sure how often Anna will be on because I'm gonna try to do these each week just to recap the show and talk with somebody else and stuff like that. But I'll probably have Anna on as much as I can, and obviously Anna's gonna have fun because these are fun to do. We won't always be in person together doing these, but we'll be talking about the episodes. If you want to follow along and talk with Anna, any questions for her? You want to tell her you love her? You want to tell her you want to marry her? You want to stalk her? You want to just creep?
You can
whatever.
always ask questions.
Follow her on Twitter at Anna Khait.
Yeah.
If you want to follow me and follow along with future episodes, if you want to get
No, you can definitely ask me questions for sure.
Do you like the stalkers? How do you want the stalkers? Because I tell my stalkers, because I got a lot of stalkers from my pod.
There's a lot of lovers,
I tell them, listen, if you want to get with me, if you love me, just tell me you love me. Don't do something nefarious to me when we see each other in person, take me out back and try to put it in, try to do whatever you got to do. If you're a man or a woman, whatever, just tell me you want to do that with me and you might have a shot. So how do you think the best way to approach your stalkers you're going to get from the show?
You can ask me. Here's the thing.
No.
Oh, what?
I'm talking about the stalkers that that love you, that they want to be your friend, or they love you. They want to because you're going to have a lot of guys that are going to be and girls too.
So many people that I obsess about when I watch Survivor. I love them, and I would love, I used to tweet them and ask them questions. I think it's so much fun to be able to, get something out of them and maybe learn something you didn't see on the show. So I adore answering questions because it's fun. And I can't believe that I got to, experience it. And I want to answer as many things as I can. So I actually answer a ton. But
so if you're a stalker and you want to get close to Anna and ask her questions.
Well,
on Twitter,
you can always, the point is you can always ask me questions here, chat, whatever. You can always ask me questions. You can Facebook message me if I have time.
I'm not sure she's dealt with the kind of stalkers I've dealt with because I'm not trying.
A lot of stalkers?
I know some weird motherfuckers. gonna be so weird.
No.
You ain't got any weird messages now from people
I've
yet.
had weird messages.
Well,
I've
you've
had
been from
some weird
poker, so you've
messages.
gotten a lot of guys hitting you
Yeah,
up like,
weird
let's
messages.
fuck, let's get it, like, let's do this, let's do that, woo, woo,
Yeah.
woo, 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 like the typical,
Yeah.
you know, guy thing they do on social
Definitely
media.
some weird
like
things
that.
for sure, but yeah.
Did any of the Survivor past or present contestants maybe try to make any sort of advances at you? You might can you talk about that?
Wait, what? No.
I mean, is there like a creepy,
Wait,
like, you know, like the old school Survivors, like there's like this Survivor, there's like a Survivor group of people, like all the past seasons all get together, they're all friendly, there's like tours and stuff like that.
I don't really actually meet many of them. I met a few, and
so the people want to know. They want to know like the
what?
behind the scenes stuff, like about
Behind
the guy.
the
They
scenes
want to
stuff.
know like the juicy stuff. They obviously
Yeah.
the show, like, you know, the show.
Listen,
the show.
there's a lot of different personalities, and when you're not on the show, those personalities are still there. So people click, people don't click, but there's just this bond that you know what the other person went through. So no matter what, when you're playing, and just to wrap it up, I know you want to wrap it up, sorry, but just wrap this up. But you know you're out there playing game. You're going to try your best. You might backstab, you might not. But when you leave the game, there's just this level of, there's just this bond there because we went through the same thing. We almost died out there. You know, like it gets really intense. It's really hot. We don't really realize the elements until it really gets in there. So it's intense. So the point is that there's bond there. So, you know, you naturally.
So yes, this is a question. Okay,
like
yes.
People.
The answer is yes. Thank you.
Yeah, you love people. Yeah.
Is there a potential showman? I mean, I hope there's not, dude. If there's a showman, so
if
Joey's watching, I don't know. I want to be there
you
if
have
that
to
happens.
See it. I don't know. You have to see it.
All right, so you can.
You'll see it, and once it airs, we'll talk about it. Just like you know, you have to see
it.
Who the fuck
I don't even have a showman's
spoilers.
with. Who could you even have a showman's?
Ty, hello.
No, let me think about this. Let me think about this from an actual standpoint before, and we're gonna wrap it up here.
I can't say, yeah.
Who can Anna potentially have a showman's with?
I just love anyone that loves animals.
Barack Obama, no. Ty, no. Nick, no. Caleb, I mean, I could maybe. Obviously, don't tell me. I'm talking to you right now. This is
even
between
if
me and them.
Wasn't here, I would never.
Chill. Listen, you are not even in this one.
What do you think? Okay,
Neil, no.
Okay. By the way, we haven't had this conversation. We're having this now.
Yeah, I don't want to know any of these things. I'm not asking these questions.
This is interesting.
Jason, no. Joe, the FBI agent, possibly.
Okay.
Who am I missing?
Jen.
Scott Pollard, no.
Why not? So funny. So basically, I don't like anyone.
I mean, they're just not like the Anna Khait type that Anna Khait. I mean, we'll see, guys. All right, guys, if you want to follow up the season, we do this every week.
Guys.
Watch it on CBS every Wednesday, or you can watch it online, CBS.com. You can check it out if you're out in the United States. Google Project Free TV Survivor Season 32 and follow along. That's it.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. It's a good season. So I hope you guys enjoy it and love it.
Much love. Hope you guys enjoy
Watch it. And yeah. Bye,
Peace
guys.
out. See you later. Adios.
Adios.